Hello dear twin flames, and welcome to this new reading for this new week. This is a spread that I got for this week. As always, the upper row is for the divine masculine and the lower row is for the divine feminine. So let's start with the first card. In the first card, we see the divine masculine feeling boredom. This picture is a direct illustration of being bored, feeling stagnant, like feeling that everything has come to a standstill. There is no flow of inspiration or excitement in the divine masculine's life. There are cups here in front of him which represent his previous life, the life that he had before he met the divine feminine, and that life doesn't interest him anymore. He's not looking at those cups, he's not interested in those cups anymore. That life is something, like as if it was another universe, another time, another place. He's not interested in that life, and he doesn't even remember how his life was before he met the divine feminine. It's as if that life and nothing in it makes sense to him anymore. And yes, the new cup here, the divine feminine, he is very aware of the cup which is here. He's aware of the divine feminine's presence in his life. He's aware of the nature of the connection, but he's choosing to turn his back onto her. He doesn't feel ready, he doesn't feel inspired to take a courageous step towards the divine feminine. It's like he's retreating. He's taking a retreat into his own little world that is inside of him. He needs to find some answers. He needs to figure out his life. He needs to ask himself, why is he feeling so much of fear? Why is he feeling so much of uncertainty? Okay, that's the we start off with this energy which has been the energy of the divine masculine for some time. Although his old life doesn't spark any interest in him anymore, he's not really making any step to go towards a divine feminine, which is a new world, a new life, the new world full of twin flame love and what seems to be the promise of heaven on earth. He's just retreating, he's just reflecting, he is thinking, he is buying time. There is a lot of things that he feels he has to mentally work through before taking a step to the divine feminine. In the next card we see the King of Wands. Okay, now you can see this King of Wands is sitting on this throne which has salamanders, and of course there's a lion also. There are lions also. The salamanders, they are the elementals of fire. The elementals are creatures which live in the etheric realms. There is an etheric realm, and there are beings who live in the etheric realms. They're just light bodies who don't have the physical bodies. So you can see the salamanders are also there on his cloak. And if you look closely, they are forming a complete circle. They seem to be eating their own tail, and they're forming a complete circle. Okay, so this represents the divine masculine completing his internal healing. Okay, this is a future energy, having completed his internal healing. He's wearing that, the cloak of, the circular salamanders, as a testimony of him having worked through his issues. Here, this is the process where he's thinking he has to work on issues, and this is the process where he's already worked through them. Okay, so this is a future divine masculine, already worked through his issues. He is, and you see, look at this king. It looks like he's about to get up. It doesn't look like he's sitting in a very leisurely manner. He just looks like he's about to just get up. Spring into action. That's the energy, the inspiration to make a move, the inspiration to jump and run towards the divine feminine. Okay, that's the King of Wands energy. It's a future energy of the divine masculine, wherein this process will be culminating into him becoming this healed and complete person who is totally coming from his spirit, coming from his heart space, and is not afraid to make a move towards the divine feminine. Okay, the next card is the Hermit. Okay, now, this energy, the Hermit energy, the divine masculine. Okay, he is, as I said, retreating here. He is retreating in his own world. He's isolating himself. The previous life that he had is already not seeming interesting to him. He's isolating himself and seeking truth, seeking answers, which is leading to spiritual development. Okay, this Hermit energy is something that I think the whole world is embracing right now with the ongoing situation of the coronavirus. Coming back to the reading, so we see here the Star of David. Okay, he's holding a lantern with the Star of David inside the lantern. The Star of David, it symbolizes the merging of the spiritual and the material world, the two triangles merging. The spiritual world and the material world below, as above, so below. Okay, so the divine masculine is seeking his place in both these worlds. Why is he here? What is his purpose? And why is everything happening the way it is? And where is it all leading to? Why did certain things happen the way it did in his life? Why did he behave? Why did he run away? Why is this journey so scary? There's a lot of things that he's reflecting, but seeking answers. They are not just staying put. They are reading books. They are using the internet. They are seeking information from a lot of resources. And just because they don't show you what's really going on with them doesn't mean that a lot of stuff is not really going on with them. They have a lot of mental activity going on with them. They are really growing. They're spiritually evolving. All this at a safe distance, so that the divine feminine doesn't know what's going on with them. And you see the snow here at his feet. It's kind of, it's cold. Without the divine feminine's love, it's cold. He's feeling the lack of love in his isolation. But he knows that the path that he's on will lead him to the divine feminine. He knows that this is something that he has to do. This is something that is being triggered by the divine feminine herself. He never had to take this spiritual journey. He never had to go into this uncomfortable place of reflecting and, facing his shadow self. Nobody likes to do shadow work. Doing shadow work is so uncomfortable. It's something that most people avoid doing. Okay, so yeah, they are being forced to do shadow work. They are being forced to face their demons, to bring everything inside of them up and out. That's what is going on with them. In the next card, we see the triple goddess dancing. The triple goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, represented by the waxing, the full moon, and the waning moon. Different phases of the moon. They are associated with different phases of the triple goddess. This card for the divine masculine represents his desire to marry his divine feminine. His desire to have children with his divine feminine. His desire to grow old with his divine feminine. This is it's like the divine feminine is everything that he wants right now. She is, although they will not say it, but they do feel incomplete without the divine feminine. They do feel incomplete and as if a part of them is missing. Here it is very important for me to stress that we should not think of ourselves as halves or as twin flames who cannot function without the other half of their soul. It's unhealthy to think of it that way, but really it is a feeling. It is a real feeling, very much real for the divine masculines. The triple goddess card, the divine masculine's deepest desire to marry his feminine, to have children with her, and to spend his life with her and grow old with her. In the next card, we see harvest. The divine masculine, all this work he's putting in. He's putting in a lot of work. It's a lot of exhausting mental activity that he's subjecting himself to, along with the whole act of camouflaging it. He's keeping it away from the divine feminine, and he's keeping this mental activity away from the whole world. He doesn't want anyone to know. But he hopes and wishes that all the work that he's doing is going to give him, the fruits of his labor, that he is going to be in twin flame reunion with his feminine. The happily ever after, the twin flame reunion is, it has, the divine feminine has become the top priority in his life. And the twin flame reunion has become this promise of heaven on earth for him. The ultimate happiness, ultimate joy on planet earth. It is a big deal for them. It's the biggest deal of their life, but they will not tell you that. Okay, again we have the heart chakra with the Star of David. Again, it's for the Star of David. We have the heart chakra here. Okay, so as the divine masculine is purging, this whole mental activity is leading to purging of his old wounds, the blocks that he has regarding love. So the heart chakra is getting cleansed. It's opening, it's awakening, it's activating, it's clearing blocks and negative energy inside of it, which is in turn strengthening the magnetic field of the heart. They have a magnetic field. The heart chakra has a magnetic field. Now, as the magnetic field of the heart chakra becomes stronger, the twins, both the masculine and feminine, are going to be like magnets. They're going to be drawn to each other. You will find yourself, either if you are geographically in a close place, living close by, then you will find yourself bumping into him or just seeing him again and again, or you will find yourself feeling his emotions as you'll have the same heart chakra, really. You'll have the same soul, really. It's like the heart chakra split into two, one part in your heart and one part in the masculine's heart. So it's very important that this process happens for the divine masculine, the clearing of the heart chakra, clearing blocks, clearing negative energies, clearing whatever limitations that his past lives and this life has put onto his ability to love, to feel love, to receive love, and to make love. Issues with intimacy, issues with everything, they are being cleared because of this process that is happening to him. You're not doing it, you have to understand that a lot of this is not, the masculines are not consciously doing it, it's happening to them. They are being triggered, they are being pushed into this whole purging process. So we come to the energy of the divine feminine. Okay, here we see the divine feminine, like the king of wands is carrying this, even the hermit is carrying this staff. Okay, it's a wand, which it's like a staff, it's a symbol of leadership. The leader carries the staff, showing the way to the others. So here we see the divine feminine holding the staff. She is leading the relationship, she's leading the connection, she's leading the twin flame connection. She's keeping the connection going, because that's how the universe has designed it. And there should be no feelings of shame or guilt or being desperate or being taking the word chaser in a very negative way. Okay, there is no need for all that. You are the nurturer of the relationship. It's designed that way. And also this is a card of some communication happening, communication coming from the divine masculine. Okay, this week you'll find communication happening as the whole world is in this hermit mode. I feel the divine masculines are being, they are being divinely inspired to reach out to their feminines. In the next card we see the Three of Pentacles. This is a card about, how the divine feminine feels that she has been doing so much for the connection, for the masculine. And especially this is for those, where there is a false twin flame in the picture. A very big messy relationship happening there. So those feminines who have been putting in a lot of hard work and putting up with the divine masculine's temper and their bad mood and the whole, they're projecting their fear as temper, as being mean, and they're projecting it in different ways. They will not come out right out and say, oh, I'm scared of losing you. No, it will be projected in other forms. It will be projected as anger, it will be projected as most of the time they put on this act of being a jerk. They go into jerk mode. So just to avoid you coming to know about their fear and how much they are afraid of losing you. So the appreciation and recognition of all your efforts will be duly given to you. Let the divine masculine go through his process of purging and healing. Okay, in the next card, we see this shadow, a person reduced to almost a shadow self, looking at all these things, the home, the wealth, wisdom, knowledge, security, power. The woman represents, the married material life, and this represents spiritual enlightenment, which is like, it's become a fad today. Everybody wants to become spiritually enlightened. Everybody wants to become spiritual. It's the in thing. Like people are throwing the words twin flame around like, like it's nothing. It's okay. So that's what this card is about. This card is about, believing in yourself, not getting hypnotized by the world. If you don't have a clear sense of who you are, then people will hypnotize you to suit their need of you. Self-belief, believing in yourself is very, very important. I mean, it's not wrong to dream big. No, it's not wrong. Have big dreams, but keep your feet on the ground. Some dreams of ours, they break. As cruel as it may sound, there are many dreams of ours which break. So consider that as a detour. God is changing your direction, giving you in the process more clarity and insight into your life journey. Obsessing over dreams is very unhealthy. It will just turn you into this shadow person, a dark person. It's very important to have a good sense of self and have a plan for yourself. I mean, when I say plan, I don't mean don't go with the flow or don't follow synchronicity. What I do mean is don't allow other people to manipulate you into becoming part of their plan for you. The divine feminines, being angelic, we are very angelic creatures, the divine feminines, because we're coming from the angelic realms, very easily manipulated. We have to go through a lot of lessons to learn to set our boundaries and to learn, to draw the line in giving sympathy and empathy. So believe in yourself, have a strong sense of self, know who you are, and don't let people dictate to you how you should be or how everything should be or what you should be doing. You, as a bona fide citizen of the universe, have every right to do whatever you want, think whatever you want, and be whatever you want. Nobody, not your parents, not your family, not society, not your partner, nobody can tell you what to do, what to think, and how to behave. Remember that. When God made you, He made you unique. You are supposed to be unique and show your uniqueness to the world and not become one of the herd, not follow the crowd. In the next card we see the Knight of Cups reverse. Okay, so yeah, this reverse energy, it's the energy of delay, the divine masculine. Because the divine masculine is delaying the promise of commitment, delaying the reunion, we feel that, I mean, this is like a more of an illusion. We feel that it's the divine masculine who's delaying everything, whereas it's not really divine masculine who's delaying. Okay, it's how the journey is designed. So because the divine masculine has to undergo his own process of healing and purging, he's delaying the reunion, or so we feel. Okay, so dolphin here represents the energy of being fearless and strong, and also of a spiritual rebirth. So yeah, for the divine masculine to come to you, to be in union with you, he has to embrace the energy of the dolphin, become fearless and strong, and have like a spiritual rebirth. That's the triple goddess symbol here, right here. In the next card, we see the Native American card of Lovers. Okay, this card represents the twin flame reunion, the both, it's a common, it's just under the harvest card here. It's the twin flame reunion is something that divine masculine and divine feminine both want equally. Okay, it's this connection is equally yoked. Nobody is more in love than the other person. Nobody is less in love than the other person. The whole connection is equally yoked. The two parts of the soul, they feel equal yearning, equal love, equal obsession towards each other. It's how everybody is handling it. One polarity decides to distance themselves, run away, avoid, be in denial. The other polarity is, trying to re-establish the connection to get a sense of stability in their life. The feminines and the masculines, it's interesting how they were just two expressions of polarity of the soul, and how these two energies have become in the world, in today's world at least, the masculine energy became the ruling energy. The feminines became the people who submit, the subjugated energy. The old world at least, not in the new world, but in the old world, masculine became the predominant energy, dominating over the feminine. They were just expressions of two polarities of the soul, so that the soul can experience every aspect of the earthly life through its incarnation. Okay, so both the polarities of the soul, you're one soul, the twin flame, like they're two flames, but originally they were one. Okay, they were one. So you're one soul. You are experiencing the world as a feminine and a masculine polarity. You will merge, you will fuse, become one being after you escape from the earthly plane. So here, twin flame reunion is something that both the masculine and the feminine energies want. That's the goal, that's a dream. And yeah, both are ready to work for it. Both have to work. It's not that, the one energy is more prepared or more ready than the other. The separation is designed so that both the energies get ready. They become balanced so that they can stay in a stable union. The next card is manifest. This is something that the divine feminine needs to affirm for herself, that anything is possible. You can. There are a lot of divine feminines who are in different situations. Some are married to karmics, some are married to soulmates, some are just comfortable. They're not moving ahead in the journey. Anything is possible. You have the power to make anything possible in this world. Make it happen for you. You are a powerful being. And love is the most powerful force in the universe. Remember that. Never forget that. You can create for yourself whatever you want. It's all about your self-belief, how much you believe in yourself and how much you believe in the power of love. Okay, thank you all for watching my reading and have an awesome day.